Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so what am I going to talk about today? Well, today I'm going to tell you about one of my New York City train fights. That's right. Okay, as you know, if you live here in New York, you are really not, if you take public transportation, you're really not going to be able to avoid some type of confrontation at some point. So this is about one of many of my confrontations on the New York City train. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of background, and it definitely is relevant to the story, I usually get up at about 4 a.m. I'm on the train at about 4:45. So this day was a normal day. I was a bit more tired than normal, but it was a regular day. It was a regular day, and there was nothing different about it except maybe that I was kind of exhausted. So I get to the train. Now the train, we have a lot of older trains coming through now from the 50s and 60s, but we do have on occasion the newer trains coming through. Now with the newer trains, the first car, the second or third, and I think the last car have wheelchair accessible seats that are right up front by the conductor, and there's one on either side. Now these seats are made for one, and basically there's a little, it's a folded seat that comes down and you can sit on it, but it's made for one person. It's made for one wheelchair. And if you are thinner, on the thinner side, you could possibly have, I don't know, a boyfriend, a sister, a cousin, a friend, if you're traveling with someone, sit with you, or maybe a small child. But that's about it. The seat is made for one. So I got up that morning, and I usually have like a routine, and I go all the way up to the front, and it depends on which way you're headed. So I was headed downtown, so for me this was the front of the train, and I got that seat, and I was very happy to get that seat because it's one seat, no one's sitting next to you, you're not crowded, it's a better seat to have. So anyway, got the seat, and usually I never fall asleep on the train. That's not something that you want to do on a New York City train. You do not want to fall asleep, but I did, and it was only for a few minutes, and it was the winter. What woke me up was that I was kind of unusually warm. Now, you're probably saying, wait, there's heat on the train, and there is, and it comes from below the seat because there's usually like a grating where the heat comes out and it warms you from the bottom and your back. So I had heat on my leg. And yeah, so I'm like, what? Why am I so warm? Like I was unusually warm. So I woke up, and when I woke up, why was I warm? Because somebody's ass was on my leg. So when I woke up and I saw this guy, this man that was not next to me when I got on the train, well, I freaked out. And I asked him, I basically said, hey, get up, get off. And he didn't react, so I pushed him off me. I pretty much pushed him off me, and he got a heart attack. So he said, yo man, why you touched me? Why you had to push me off? There was no reason for you to push me off. You ain't have to put your hands on me. So he went on and on and on about how I put my hands on him, but I suppose in his brain, it was okay for him to sit on me. So I said, excuse me? This seat is made for one. The seat that I am on is made for one. And when I sat, I was by myself, assuming that no one else was going to sit with me. And it's kind of hard to accept the fact that you decided to sit on me. So again, he just kept repeating himself, you don't own the train, this is not your train, I can sit where I want. No, sweetheart, you can't sit where you want. Not when it comes to my leg. Yes, you want to sit on somebody else's leg? Be my guest, but you're not sitting on me. So the argument continues, and he's trying to rationalize that this particular seat, I don't own it. I don't own the train. He can sit where he wants. And we're just back and forth and back and forth. So then he says, yo, if my girlfriend was here, she would F you up. And I was like, oh, really? Well, let me tell you something. If I was your girlfriend, The only person who would have to worry about being effed up is you. Because if I saw my guy sitting next to some girl on a seat made for one, the only person who would get their ass beat is yours. And then he continues to argue and trying to rationalize. So we were back and forth about how the seat made for one that I'm sitting on, he could have sat if he chose. And you know what the really, really crappy thing about this is that if he had asked me, if he had woken me up and said, hey, you know, I'm really tired, can I please sit with you? I would have said no problem. So the argument just keeps escalating and escalating and escalating. I don't remember having my phone in my hand. I might have taken it out to look at it. I don't remember even fiddling with my phone. I try not to have it out on the train because, as you know, you can get punched in the face and your phone taken away, because I've actually seen that. But no, I don't remember having my phone in my hand. So I guess I must have taken it out, and he made the comment of, oh, so you calling for help? You need help? What? So he threw the race card in there. And yeah, you know, it was a black guy. Sorry, but it doesn't matter what color anybody's ass is. If an ass is on you, if someone sits on you, you just want it off. Doesn't matter if it's green, blue, red, yellow, orange, black. Who cares? That had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with what we were arguing about. So I said, sir, do you need assistance? Because there's a little red button. There is a little red button that's right beside the seat that you can press if you need assistance. So I said, dude, if you need assistance, there's a little red button. You're more than welcome to press it if you choose. So he was like, no, I don't need no help. I don't need no help. Apparently you do. And apparently you assumed that I was either going to dial 911 or call for help. And I told him, I said, you know what? Go ahead and press that button. Go ahead and stop all these people. And mind you, at 4 o'clock in the morning, the only people on the train, there are random women, but most of the people on the train are, guess who? All the construction men that fix or repair New York City on a daily basis. You want to mess with their money? Because you assume that I'm prejudiced, and you assume that I'm a specific race, and you assume because you sat on me and are trying to justify it, and now I'm calling for help. You're presuming this because you're a presumptuous piece of shit that I need help. I said, by all means, press the button. Stop this train for however long it's going to take for us to get this clarified and mess with these men's money and see what happens. So, of course, he didn't press the button, and we just went on like this for I don't even know how long. And then I don't know what happened, but the train doors opened, and he just kind of stepped out. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, I win. No, it wasn't a situation of win or lose, but he did step off the train. Now, meanwhile, of course, I'm seated the whole time, arguing and just going back and forth with this guy. So this guy could have done anything. I'm not condoning what happened or what I said, because I did say quite a few other things that I'm not mentioning now. But, yeah, so he stepped off the train, and thank God, a lot of guys just piped up and were like, hey, we had your back. We were going to jack him up. We were going to get him. So if anyone says there are no gentlemen in the city of New York, I'm proof that there is. I'm glad to know that a lot of those guys in the train would have come to my rescue had this guy taken me by the neck. And I think that's why he exited so quietly. I think he probably wanted to take me by the neck. But anyway, that was one of my altercations on the train in New York City. I have a couple more that I'll share with you. And that's the end of my video. This is the end of my story. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have a comment, leave it below. If you want to subscribe. Give me a like if you liked it. And until my next video, again, I just wanted to give you kind of a little bit of, how would I put it? Not a prequel, but I wanted to give you some idea of what my future videos are going to be on, and they're going to be on more about the paranormal, more of the things. I'm going to try to incorporate a lot of the stuff that I buy, because I'm a shopaholic and I'm always on the internet buying stuff, and I hope to kind of share that with you, show you what I purchase, and if you like it, I'll leave some links below where you can find the things that I love to shop for every single day. Okay, so again, subscribe if you like my face, if you like what you see, comment, and until my next video,